So on the Discord, TP Guide, besides the general channel for posting anything that's in your mind related to the goals of our community. And then we have, as far as products, ZBox, zCloud, which is just an indicator, NewAlgo, so it's both indicators, strategies, and we also have SCAF, one of our guys, users trading with NewAlgo and some other stuff that he puts together of his own and other sources. dCrown, and dCrown has a website of his own that you can learn more information regarding how he uses the NewAlgo. And NewAlgo automated strategies, that's for members only who have purchased the auto package. So Trade Devils is related to what SCAF does along with his videos. And we also showcase Ninja indicators. Ninja was a sponsor of the Zoom In Profit TP Guide brand from the beginning 2 years ago. And then we have our main topic, prop firms trading. Any questions related to prop firms, this is where we exchange information, what works and what may work. And that has been a very open platform in the sense that there is no filters. We are not trying to hide any information or ban people for posting information that is from other competitors. So this is open for sharing, asking questions regarding any software from any other vendor. If someone has experience with that, you can get feedback on our platform. So therefore, the success of the TP Guide has been the user's experience. So the strongest part of my software is the users. And specifically, we are not trying to sell a specific plan of prop firms trading. However, we engage in a discussion that is very profitable when you are able to turn small risk into profits that are related to what we're going to share now. We do share information about prop firms that we get funded, but I do not post, and I do not ask members to post how much money they've made. And the reason is people from all walks of life, I don't want their earnings per se be exposed when they share information that may compromise the privacy of their information. You know, there is government taxes that is related to whatever they do, and there is also people, sometimes an alimony. Someone will take a look at or spousal support and take a look at earnings that people may post on our websites. I would not like that to be the center for information of how much money you can make. However, or how much money you make. However, you can deduce that it is real. So there is nothing fictitious about prop firms trading. You know, some of them are a little bit shady rules, and you have to watch out because they're trying to get you not to withdraw the profits in terms of making you fail. But overall, it's a very, very healthy practice of engaging in futures trading with high leverage without you risking your own money at big level. You do risk your money level at with the level of subscriptions. So this platform here, you ask a question and someone with experience will provide you the answer. And I try to read and keep up with every question, but sometimes I'm very, very glad that so many members have my back. Thank you guys for that. So this is a platform where we help each other most of all. So that is the great thing about the TP Guide. TP Guide is target profit guide. I wish initially I had done a GPT guide to profit target, but at the time that was not the case when I made the name. I did have an initial drawing for GPT. I would compete with the ChatGPT now, but I didn't have that foresight. So here we are with one thing about the community here is everything is genuine. If someone is trying to sell something that is not real, we will ban that, remove that post, or, we want just the facts, none of the fat. We want just the facts. Another thing that works very well for me is the number of people who correspond with me on the private chat. So there are traders here with 10, 15 years of experience, and whatever they are doing that is successful, and they, for whatever reasons that they don't want to bring it in public. And number one reason is if you post something, you may get too many questions. And guess what? Your time, you may not have the time to respond to people. But I do have communication here from members. Some of them have stuff that are amazing. And so we'll try to put that together from other sources and see how we can benefit each other from that knowledge. So specifically, there is a prop firms and prop firms trade and copiers, VPS. So how you do this, how you do that, all the questions and answers here. We have 6 months of history on this thread. All right. So let me see about the websites that you can, our websites that you can consult as far as what we offer. See the website here. Oh. Oh, it's showing the, okay, here we go. Our website for New Algo, and this was inherited from Chris, and now he's doing only TradingView and MetaTrader, while I took over to do everything exclusively for NinjaTrader. So that information on New Algo, and we are adding a new software with the help of Paul, one of our members, who has participated with me in the creation of TrendFi. I'll give you more information on this later on. So TrendFi is a success case created within the development relationship that I have with the users of our systems. My flagship website is zoominprofit.com. This is where I started about 2.5 years ago. So Zoom in Profit, and then branched out to include New Algo. And when we speak about prop firms trading, as you know, there's many companies offering such funding schemes. Most users are going with Apex. Probably Apex has the largest market share. And so we're going to focus on this, but the information can be used pretty much in any system regarding any offering of those fundings. What's good about Apex is the low cost. So they always give you an 80% discount to get you in. And if you fail that, it's even better to buy another one, and instead of paying the $100 or $80 for a reset fee. And what makes the center piece of my offering a new service specifically is the fact that you can sign up, let's say, for 10 accounts and pay about $300, give or take, $300 to $400. And then you can burn some accounts, but my focus is to show how you can get 50% success rate of passing. And let's say of those that you pass, you have another 50% success rate of taking them into payouts. So even if you had just 2 accounts to withdraw approximately $5,000 for the sake of illustration, that would cover your cost initially $300 plus $100 when you make your account effective into the funded phases. So the funded account also has a $100 cost, so that's the largest part here. But I think personally will be glad to pay $100 when I get to the funded phases. So if you had the $300 initially for 10 accounts, or $350 for 10 accounts, and then if you pass and keep 2 of those funded, you probably spend $1,000, and likely from the numbers that I have worked out here to make $5,000. But maybe most of you are not here just for $5,000, right? We want to take this beyond that level. That is $5,000, I think, is from 10 accounts is the mark of success. And then how we can get this to the next level and more. And some people make a living out of this. I have a friend, a trader, who has done this for more than 2 years. I have not personally. I spent a lot of time on strategy development, testing them. I burned a lot of accounts. I get some money out, but I don't have the success case that I would like to have. So now I'm narrowing down my work so that I can focus more and specifically really bang hard on this potential here. And so speaking of that, my initial assessment is on the plan for 50K, and 99% of our users already know this by heart. It's not really $50,000 of capital. The most important thing is to focus on the profit goal, $3,000, and the trailing drawdown, $2,500. So in essence, you are getting an account with $2,500 funded, not $50,000. So the $50,000 is just a look good number. And this amount of 167 also, as far as the cost, is really not that much. We buy them at 80% discount, and you can get a link on my website for the promotion code. So in essence, you pay only 20% of $167. So that has made this business. I've been in this space for a number of years, and one company had the monopoly for a decade. It was very expensive. So I was not very, very enthusiastic because it can run up a lot of money when you don't have the proper when you don't have the proper strategies to guarantee your entrance into the funded phases. So I have seen the development, the evolution to benefit the little guys like ourselves in this space, when the competition has increased the number of offerings. But one thing that has not gone away is the trailing threshold. That's a killer, right? Because even the amount of money that is positive in the trade turns out against you if the trade is not closed in profit. Now, there are offers of an end-of-day drawdown, which is better, but then there are other rules that negate that effect. And the companies that offer end-of-day drawdown cost a lot more money, probably double or triple of what Apex costs. So Apex is still a good deal, but it's the 50K. It's not the only plan. So right now I have 2 accounts going. I don't have I want to focus the plan that I have to show you is the 50K, but I haven't done that yet. I've simulated and put together a plan. Basically, if you start with $1,000 goal per day as far as profit, and you need only 3 days to reach. And if you get 3 lucky days, of course, if you don't, then you will take more than 3 days to get funded. But trading 1 mini contract and targeting $1,000 a day, that is probably the easiest target to reach with 1 contract, and sometimes even 2 contracts. Or some people may take longer and use the micro contracts. But for the sake of illustration, the capacity to trade 10 accounts simultaneously, my idea of simultaneous is not about trading all of them with entering the same trade. So some people use the Replicanto, which places a trade in one account and then all other accounts will receive the same trade. That's basically winner takes it all or loses it all. So if you fail, you fail on all 10 accounts. If you pass, you pass on all 10 accounts. Now 10 is a reference number. It could be just 5 or it could be 20. But the fact of copying trades is not my ideal. I prefer to stage the accounts, and one may get burned, another one will hang in there, and another one will pass with $3,000, and then move on to the funded phases. So since I'm not doing the 50K, and the number one reason is I was doing a server last week for Host Hatch, and it took me almost a month to get this thing finally going. And I thought, a month ago that it was just a matter of hours, maybe a day, and it was done. But this process of installing a larger Windows capacity, Windows license that would allow me to have multiple cores instead of the basic 2 cores. So if you run just 2 cores or 4 cores, Host Hatch will get you going quickly. But I wanted a larger server, and that took me 1 month to work this thing out. And I had to contract with 2 people. The first one didn't install it right, the second one. So it burned my 1 month that I would like to have had this information done. So instead, I didn't get started on that, but I did get started on the 100K and the 150K. We're using this idea that of multiple strategies, and that I'm going to share with you now, how the strategies work in order to achieve the goals, whether it be $1,000 or $1,500, depending on the size of the account, or maybe just 500. But I prefer to go really heavy in the first stage and even burn the account and get it over with. So my goal for the 150K account was we have to reach $9,000 profit, right? And so here's I'm gonna switch here to my account to show you my trading on multiple strategies. And regarding multiple strategies is another topic that I could spend a lot of time talking here, because some people think that the system gets screwed up if you trade multiple strategies, and my experience is no. If there is something there that is screwing up, NinjaTrader can get wrong, but as far as the trading multiple strategies per se will not get your orders just because screwed up just because it's multiple strategies. All right. So on this one here, I was trading it in another server, so I don't have the first day of trading, but I made over $1,000 on the first day, and then I moved on to this server, the account to this server here, and in the last few days, and you can see the result day by day. So on this server here, my second day, the second day of trading this account was flat, minus $20, then 700, 795, small loss of 500, 530, and then a 1550, and one big day of 3,370. So more than about a third of the account of gold came in one day. So you don't know which day is going to be the big day, right? But you have to be prepared for that. And in terms of letting your profits run, and sometimes the profits are up at 1,000 and then they come down. But here in this case, the profit stayed there. And so in just 10 days, I finished off this account. Yesterday, Friday, June the 9th, it reached the goal of $9,000. So you can see account balance 159,000, and I just got the email from Apex showing my certificate. So how many strategies did I run onto this? A bunch of them. Let's take a look here on the trades that indicate the strategies that were involved. So ZBox has been a bread and butter for the past few months running this thing. I traded it on another account with Earn to Trade, and I was able to withdraw profits. from ZBox. And so on this account here, I trade ZBox, T-stop trend, and this one that does not have name. I trade Trendify, which is the one that is done by one of our members. So I've been trading Trendify now for a couple of weeks, and it helped on that big day of $3,000 profit. And I also added another one here that I shared with me, and I purchased from another vendor, shared with me by one of our users. If he wants to identify himself, he can do so. But maybe at some point I'll be able to share the full information when I clear certain aspects of information from another vendor. But basically, this guy has run the strategies from another source with $40,000 in profit the last 5 weeks that he has run the strategies forward. So I'm not running all those strategies, but one of them made money here. I don't see the name, but basically it says LE. So LE is a long entry. So yeah, definitely you can make money with multiple strategies. And whoever says that it gets confused, yeah, because you are trying to match the orders to see how they work, and you have to just forget, let the system run, that they come out all right. You do have to watch sometimes to see whether something should, an order that does not get closed, hang in there. But as you learn from each strategy, what the strategy is doing, and it has a trade or does not have a trade, but it shows in the orders. It doesn't happen often, probably once a month, something happens, but it's not the result necessarily of running multiple strategies. It's just that the order system of NinjaTrader can get screwed up on canceling your orders. So yeah, definitely you can run multiple strategies, and I'll say that 100 times. I have run up to 10 strategies. I was doing a lot of new algo strategies, so I'll make it very clear here. I did not have as much success with the new algos. There are too many strategies, and my time to focus on each one. So I got an account with Earn to Trade on that, and I passed, but I have not been successful new algo using it with multiple strategies from new algo. And not that it does not work, but it's just that it requires more focus. So I bought a bunch of templates from new algo, and the rotation on new algo strategies requires constant, very frequent optimization and staying up with one or two. And I wanted to showcase all of them, and I really made a mess out of trying to put the new algo 5 or 6 strategies. So that's something I have to go back to and take one and then take another and see how I can better manage the multiple possibilities. Therefore, when you ask me, with all these strategies, where do I start? Well, don't start with new algo, because new algo is not one. New algo is 5 or 6 different strategies. And so by the time you get to them, it gets confusing. No, I'm not confused what they are doing, but I am not capable with all my daily activities of managing the interactions of those strategies to put them at ideal or optimize the stage for each one. Unfortunately, God has given me only 24 hours. I'm really complaining about that. But he's not doing anything about that. So I'm thinking about changing gods, if you know a better one, for giving me more hours in a day. Goddess will also work. So so my answer to you is, instead of new algo, the one to start with is ZBox, because we have narrowed down to one chart, very easy to. There are all the charts that are not bad, but the 4 minutes, I'm confident of that. In the past 2 months, it has done me very well. So the 4 minute on the ZBox, the ZBox keeps you very, very focused on one chart. Not a lot of trades. It's 1 or 2 trades per day. So obviously you want more than 1 or 2 trades. That's one thing. This business provides you the capability of wanting more. But as far as simplicity, ZBox is the place to start. It's one chart, 1 or 2 trades per day, and you just decide how much money or the size of your contract you want to stick in there. And then the second one that is very easy as far as I chose one chart to run is T-stop trend. So T-stop trend on the new bars 45 for MNQ or NQ. So I've used that for a while now. And then the third one that I am going to present today for the first time showing to the public is the TrendFi. So TrendFi, you can see that on the website. I should go back to the website in just a moment for the demonstration of the numbers that are available from backtesting going back years for the TrendFi. I have not had before the experience of offering a software that has that amount of a long period of time for backtesting. And so let's thank Paul for that. It has been a great help to me. And then there is one that I don't have the name. Actually, I do have the name here. Zone Breaker has done quite very well. I mean, amazing. But I don't have that for sale. That is from another vendor. And when the time is right, I can present more information on that. So here we go into the phase of seeing how you can get, so you can put 3, 4, 5 strategies. And my goal is to take the strategies in rotation. So let me do a connection here and do a quick back test for you, just last 30 days back test for demonstration. So on the TrendFi or any other strategy that you are looking for $1,000 a day. So that is, and if all 3 come together, you are making $3,000. And as you saw in one of those days, running 5 strategies, I got $3,300. But some days one will lose, another will win, and you get a good mix. And once you pass that strategy, you move on to the next one. But my idea is not to put all 10 strategies at once. Instead, as of next week, I'm going to use a system already built into the strategy that when it has a loss, by the way, guys, I'm going to get back to your questions in a little while. So when you have the strategy that loses for one day, I call it the mimic mode. You are mimicking a loss instead of trading. So when you have that, so this here had the TrendFi with 5 MNQ, I believe that's what I have here. Let's double check. Where it 4 MNQ. So with 4 MNQ, on the daily result, if you lose, then you bring in the next day another account. And if you lose, then you bring in the third account. So you are making a rotation of 3 accounts. So eventually you start making money by not exposing all of them. Instead, you have 1 or 2 in the initial losses. And as they lose, you are expecting the profit's going to come. So doing that rotation, which I'm now building into the strategy for this offering, is going to be my way of showing you what I think is has potential to pass several accounts within a period of a month with a high success rate of passing those accounts. So on the Zone Breaker, for example, and then we're going to take a look at daily results for ZBox. So if you put all your accounts, if that's how you want to manage them, that's fine. But my idea. So here we have Zone Breaker, $5,600 in the last 30 days. Actually 40 days, 5-1, so 40 days. And $1,000 drawdown. So So the member who has shared this with me has been using this for quite a while, and I started it a week ago. So I know these results are happening. But just imagine the number of times that it loses, and then the next day it has a profit. So if you had one strategy, one account trading on the first of May, and it loses, you are not losing on both. And then the next day you bring in the second account. So the second account starts with the profit instead of starting with the loss. And now you are waiting for a second loss for the third account. So as you do that, now it takes quite some time to manage this. But my hope is to, with this new plan that I am introducing, to automate. That's my goal. The more we automate, the less work, time involvement. But here you can see that with $1,000 goal per day, by mixing two, now there are periods of time in the market that's going to be more, the results are not going to be as great as they have been recently. But for the time that I've been using this year, and I passed that 150K, and I have the 100K account is halfway through in just this week. And so while I've been watching this and putting together this plan, every one of our members using ZBox already know this, that the ZBox per minute has been a big winner. Not big win in terms of big dollars, unless you increase the number of contracts, but it has been a very stable winner. And you can tell the profit curve has been quite good. So this one here, I think, is using 5 MNQ. Let's take a look here, with 2 target profits per day. And so what is the number of contracts? I find it hard to read this thing. Oh, I have multiples on this one here because they are the micros. So I have 2. So as you can see here, it's position 1 is 2 micros. Position 2 is 2 micros. Position 3 is 2 micros. So I use the multiple targets. In this case, 90 ticks, 115 and 140 when I trade the micros. So trading multiple strategies and putting some micros, that's the way you get multiple targets. And so it's been really nice. But let's take a look on the ZBox for the NQ. So that's 1 contract. This week I was a little bit let down on the NQ. The profit came to just 5 points from full target and turnaround. I did not have a trailing drawdown, so I didn't make that money. But that was 1 day loss. Most days, the losses have been very, very seldom from the time that I've been using this in the last 2 months with the 4-minute chart. So the historical chart here, and most people who have stuck with me with the I wouldn't say most people, all people, with sometimes some exception of an order that didn't trigger, and that's something that I have to work further on, improving the technology to bypass the limitations of the NinjaTrader platform. But everyone using my 4-minute chart that I introduced over a month ago should have made this $8,000 on 1 contract. And you can tell by the daily post. Most weeks I don't post on a daily basis as I'm busy with other things, but I'm trading this thing every day, and these results are pretty much. Now this is a back test, so unfortunately the back test is not accurate. I don't have the replay here, which would show the accuracy, and sometimes I don't have the live trades organized because I may reach a target goal for the day, and then it closes on a basket of trades, and so it closes earlier. So my statistics are very messy. So if you trade multiple strategies, don't expect nice statistics. They are just almost impossible. I would have had to have someone working just on compiling statistics for my strategies. So on a personal basis, I'm not able to catch up on the statistics, but I know that they are doing great, doing very well, making money right and left on this thing here. There was one day this week there was a loss. Oh, I think I know why. The loss, I took that loss for real in my account because I did not have this is it. So this one here, I had a loss on June 6th for full loss because I did not have the trailing. And then the next day I went there and put the trailing. So it closed at partial profit, $240. So let's do a quick exercise here for you to see. With trailing, it had $8,000 profit. And now one day I didn't take that profit. It turned out to a loss because I was on live chart. I was not running with this here. So I'm going to pause here for a moment. You can get a copy of this trade management. Break even at 80 ticks. Not break even. Reduce your loss, move your loss from 110 down to 55 ticks when it gets to $80 ticks profit. The break even at 90 ticks and then 120, you are trailing to 50 ticks profit. So that's what would have happened on June 2nd, 6th rather, but I took a loss. So let's just remove here the trailing. And so this strategy is very easy to set up. Probably if you have never done strategies at all, this is a 5 to 10 minute exercise. And if you have had the experience with the running strategies, this is less than 2 minutes to set it up and get it running. So I don't know of any strategies as easy as the box to get it running. And so the previous quarter, early in the year, the result wasn't as great. It was a $3,000, $4,000 profit for the quarter and $2,500 drawdown. But this quarter, this is along with many other strategies that trade on the trend are doing quite well. So this one here, the profit without the trailing drawdown would be higher. So the trailing drawdown cuts your profit, but it will also avoid a loss. So here's June 6th. Without trailing drawdown, I took that loss, $560. But overall, I made more money by not having a trailing drawdown. Given the fact that trailing rule on the Apex is very, very important. So I'm going forward, I'm going to use the trailing drawdown. So on making money overall, no trailing drawdown is better. But for the sake of the rule of trailing drawdown on the Apex or any other prop firms with trailing drawdown, then yes, let's use the trailing drawdown to avoid missing that profit, which was costly here for me to see a profit of $600 turn into $560 just because it didn't go the next $50 into finishing off the target. Let's see if you have any questions here, and then I will go into a couple more things here. And then next week, I'm going to organize better my staff. My stuff. The number one problem that I had was spending too much time on a server that I thought it was going to take a day, and it took 4 weeks to get it ready. And the second problem is challenging on my time. This week, I'm taking some time off in Vegas for health and relaxation. So hello, if you are in Vegas, this is a beautiful city. Not spending my money in the casinos, but awesome just to have a good time here. And so I'm not at full time at the computer. Finally, I'm getting to have fun more than work. But just the fact that we can work from anywhere is the bliss of day trading, right? So if somebody ever asks you why day trading, tell them work from anywhere. And why automated trading? Well, you put it to run and you go out for a drink and you come back and hope that you have profit to pay for that drink. So okay, let's see what we have here. I'll be back, meeting 4:30 Eastern. Okay, I'm looking at any new questions here. Okay, go for it. It's Doc. Oh, I mentioned at the beginning whether our member, so our Darkwing Ducks has been with my my system for almost 2 years, a year and a half, and he has a number of years with many systems. So I rely on him with genuine information of what he uses, and we have shared mutually a lot of stuff. And lately he came back with one that I actually had written off, but he came back with a big profit with a very reasonable drawdown. So Darkwing Ducks, Darkwing Duck 2020 is the guy who gave me a good reference on the Trade Stalker, Zone Breaker, which has a number of other trades in that system by NinjaCater. And so I can say that the Zone Breaker has been a trade. I would have traded all of the other stuff I started, but my server had to be brought down to increase the number of cores, and so I stopped trading them. But awesome results there that we trust, not because of another vendor said so, but because our users say so. And so this is the platform where the users' vote mean a lot to me. So so from NuAlgo, I got Arthur said NuAlgo has been profitable for me via manually trading. So Arthur has a good program going on that, and you can ask questions in the channel that he set up. And I will just say that the NuAlgo, I have to pick one strategy and not try to do all 5. It took me a lot of time. And by the time I finished doing the optimization, it looked like I was already behind the curve. So prop firm accounts and TrendFi, it's good for automatic. So I have a question here. TrendFi good for automatic trading, and NuAlgo, it's good for manual trading. So TrendFi is 100% automatic, yes. And what we're hoping for TrendFi to keep your account funded for a very long time trading micros. And so we have the statistics for that. The statistics were well researched by Paul in order to bring you that information. And of course, you can use that initially in the evaluation phase as well. So, okay, NuAlgo. Lots of people trade NuAlgo manually. Okay, I get a lot of feedback from users, emails, and people who are not active on Discord, but lots of charts going on a manual basis. And for the automated, I attempted to make 5 strategies, and I put all of them together, and it became very difficult for me to manage on a consistent basis. And so NuAlgo, sometimes it will make a lot of money in 1 month and lose the next. And all right. So what I have to share with you here is the page for so this is a back test going back 681 trades, probably a couple of years. I have to get more information from Paul on this, and let's see on the website. But if you were compounding on your trades, increasing your trade size, TrendFi would have made hundreds of thousands of dollars in this period that is involved here. I didn't take note of this. I'm sorry for that. But if it's not on the website, Paul will give us that information. And so now let's go here to the website where you can see more about TrendFi. And then over the weekend, I'm going to put together a slide on the rotation of, hopefully my programming will be ready. One of them was ready already, so that by Sunday night, I'll have a reference on this. Now, this is number one thing about how I'm going to plan to launch this thing on a on a success basis, right? My idea is to sell this subscription based, but it's not based on monthly. It's based on per account that you get funded. So you use my strategies that I will offer for this. It's $35, $35 per account. However, if you share your result just by posting how many accounts you started with and how many you got funded, how many you failed, so you have statistics, just those three numbers, don't have to do details, just you know, if you start with 10 accounts, you pass 5, then everybody knows you got a 50% success rate, right? Let's see here about the here's Trendfy on the website of New Algo. So New Algo, look up for Trendfy. And then everything that you have questions that is not here regarding Trendfy, shoot them to me and to Paul, and then we'll get those added or somehow increase your knowledge about this new offering of Trendfy. So Trendfy will have a monthly subscription, but for other stuff that I have working on that you already have the software for, but if you want to use them with the templates, the new stuff that I'm going to bring on a per account that you get funded, but if you post your information, then you get a big discount. It's going to be $20 per account funded. So if you fund an account using my system, you get to pay only $20 for account that you funded, that you got funded. So pay for success is going to be my way forward with the prop firm system that I'm going to be bringing about. So if you have any further questions, so let's collect them over the weekend. And I'm sorry that I don't have everything all ready because I really needed time out on, on my week to enjoy Vegas. And Vegas is fascinating. You will know what I mean if you spend time here. And guys, success to us with this. Any other question, if I don't catch it here now, you have my email, info@zoominprofit.com. But I prefer on the Discord, because in the Discord, I'm able to see it all the time on the go instead of digging for emails. Somebody says, watch out for aliens and UFOs in Vegas. Well, I got a bodyguard for that. All right, guys, I'll see you later then. And let's hit this thing. It's going to be amazing what we have in place here. See you later.